Hey guys, and welcome to another brand new video. In this video, we actually have some kind of bad and kind of not the best news to go and cover, especially when it comes to the PlayStation Plus and the brand new PlayStation Plus systems. Now, as I'm sure a lot of you guys have heard, because we've talked about a lot on our channel and kind of did the inside details and even got on top of the leaks even for it like a few months back, but there is a brand new PlayStation Plus system out there. But whenever there's a brand new big overhaul and a lot more brand new features and like hundreds if not thousands of different games to be on the lookout for, there definitely is some issues that do pop up. So I'm going to talk about one of those kind of bigger issues because it does kind of seem like we've seen a few of the other regions also having issues and a few other little various things too as well. So it's kind of on the big, not so good side. Granted, a very large majority of most of the stuff has been doing fine, so like kind of take everything with a grain of salt, but this one in particular hasn't been doing too well. So we have a lot of stuff to go talk about, a lot of things to go bring on up, so make sure you guys are subscribed with the notifications on, as well for the brand new PlayStation 5 giveaway. You have the Amazon links down below for the PS5 disc as well. We also have the Target links down below, the Twitter and Twitch room. We'd love to have you guys go follow, and of course, like I said, give me your thoughts throughout the video itself. So with this, as I'm kind of mentioned over here, there's a few different types of levels when it comes to PlayStation Plus. You have the Essential, which is just basic over there. You get the once-a-month games, you get the easy stuff. And then the more important stuff that we're caring about is on the Extra and Premium side for this video. So as you guys can see, we do actually get the game catalog, which gives you a lot of other various additional games to play and pick on up and stream. And then for the premium package, and this is the bigger one too, don't forget, the premium package is at like this $17.99, $18 per month, or pretty expensive, like hundreds of dollars for the bigger packages. And as with that, it also comes with game trials and cloud streaming, and more so in particular, the Classics catalog. And I do want to give them a little bit of a pass. It did just go and have a chance to go live. Like, it's only been out for a little while. It hasn't been the longest lasting system so far. I will give them a little bit of a pass. But at the end of the day, when you're a multi-billion-dollar company, sometimes you got to make it right. So with that, we've had a brand new issue now where some of the games that are available on the PlayStation Plus premium memberships are actually now having issues playing certain games on the systems themselves. So with this, we have a chance to go and see Siphon Filter. So this is just one of those games. I'll show you guys the gameplay in a second. But basically, this is one of the old school PS1 classic games from back in the day. Now, some of you guys might be thinking like, oh, who cares? It's fine. I'm in the same boat, sort of, besides the fact that if someone bought the game, which you can, or they specifically got their PS Plus subscription just for this, it's not a good vibe. It's not a good experience because guess what? You may have just lost $6 or you may have actually just lost like your subscription plan. It's not fun to see. So as you guys can kind of go look through for the PlayStation Store itself, you guys go through look at the classics, whatever. 400 megabytes required for the Siphon Filter 3 on the PS1 Classic, all by Sony themselves. And it's also, as I mentioned, it's a PS Plus exclusive and also free if you guys are a part of the higher tier subscription plans. Same thing too as well. With this, you could also literally just buy the game for $6. So it's not like only the PlayStation Plus members, although I'm sure there's a lot more folks out there that are, kind of just like checking out a bunch of different games. I mean, maybe you're a super hyper fan or super nostalgic back in the day, but when it comes to this, a lot of folks out there, are kind of just like going through it. This also might just be an older screenshot too as well, because as you guys can see, it has like the PS3 and stuff like that too, just so you guys all know. But either way, at least you can see it. Like, I think you can still buy the game either way as of right this second, regardless. Anyway, so as was to be expected, the launch of the new PS Plus tiers hasn't been without its problems. And like I said, I'd give it a little bit of a pass because we have been seeing a few issues in the Asian-based PS Pluses and as well also in the American-based PS Pluses too. Like this one in particular is a problem. So basically, if they fix it throughout the next few weeks or fix all these general issues, at the end of the day, we're kind of chilling. But one of these that has cropped up since the release of the service in the Americas is over the PS Plus classic game Siphon Filter. Players who claim the Siphon Filter PS1 Classic on PS3 as a PS Plus free game several years ago are also having issues and are finding themselves unable to download the new version too as well. But also just for the general game too, I believe is also having issues from what we've heard and seen from when I looked into it. Which is funny because also I don't know, sometimes I'll look on this, I always appreciate the classics, don't get me wrong, I love them classics, but it is crazy to go and see just how the graphics even are. This reminds me back of the day of like 007, if you guys ever played those. Like I played that back in like the N64 forever ago, like ages ago. And it's just kind of crazy to go and see on just how everything is. Like we see the bricks, like it's different. Like I don't know, like it's almost like a humbling feeling for me because I just went through the quarry and that game was looking phenomenal. Like you were seeing like the individual characters' pores and everything. But like yeah, it's kind of crazy to go and see on just the graphics difference. But either way, this is an old school game, it makes sense. So I'm just kind of going through my, my boomer memories of myself. So basically, many players of these actually grabbed the first 3 Siphon Filter games as PS1 classics on PS3 when they were offered monthly games from the PS Plus several years ago, and those players should be able to download the new PS4 or PS5 versions of the classic game with no extra cost without having to even sign up for PS Plus Premium, which is nice. However, things aren't going too smoothly, with many facing error messages that render both versions of the game unplayable, as reported by Reset Era. So this is in regards to, I believe, just for the PlayStation Plus, as well as also PlayStation Plus, the new subscription basis, I believe. I could be wrong, but like I said, I believe so. Those attempted to download Siphon Filter now through these games, and like I said, the really big benefit of a lot of these, even running the PS Plus is the massive game catalog and all the games. Like if you're paying the extra $18 for a lot of these streaming, you don't want to have any issues with it. But same thing too as well with the PS Plus. If you also paid for PS Plus forever ago, you want to make sure the games you got for free are still working. You don't want to make them lose like their merit. You want to be able to go and enjoy the games. Like I'm sure you guys could all agree, if you're spending money on a game, you want it to work. If you're giving money to a multi-billion-dollar company, you want it to work. If you're like, you spend money once a month for a subscription plan, think like World of Warcraft or, Final Fantasy XIV, you want those games to work. So those attempting to download Siphon Filter through PS Plus Premium are getting issues like an error code, which is the WS43691, that is specific to issues with PS Plus memberships and downloadable games. If those players try to purchase the game, they're told, you cannot purchase this game right now. But once again, a lot of the PS Plus Premium stuff are either people who already own the game before from their own prior commitments of Sony hooking them up, or as well, part 2, people who are actually paying the monthly subscription. So unfortunately, the original PS3, PS1 Classics version download is no longer available in those players' download list. Even trying to download the game from the PS3/Vita store page results in failure, as the page either refreshes or just does nothing. This means the game can't be downloaded again, and although those who have already got the game installed can launch it without any issues. None of the usual fixes, such as restarting the console, restoring licenses, or updating the console, are working as of right this second. Sony seems to be aware of the issue, but there's no word on a fix right now. So, first and foremost, like I mentioned, when it comes to Sony, I do think they're usually pretty on top of fixing stuff. I think they're usually pretty on top of making sure the games work. I'm pretty sure most of the times when there's like a big community outrage or people are complaining or everything else tied on in, a lot of folks are usually on top of it. I do think Sony, we kind of give them a nice little thumbs on up, and I do think they do and work pretty well. But the one big issue is that it still kind of is unacceptable. Now, I understand issues happen. I understand with the brand new PlayStation Plus tiers. I understand there's streaming and there's even those weird internal sets and the PS3 and everything else. It does stink. There's a lot of changes. There's hundreds of different games to go through. There's licensing issues. Some of these games are literally older than I am. I can understand how there's a little bit of issues. So I'm going to give them a little bit of a pass. I think most of you guys would agree. Yeah, okay, makes sense. It's the game's older than scrubbing is. Sure, that's fine. Or as well, I'm almost kind of curious in the overall numbers of how many folks are even checking out, say, a game like Siphon Filter. I'm sure there's quite a few, or people are just going through the list and scrolling through all these older games and seeing what's fun, what's not, all of that. I get that. In my mind, I totally get it. But the one kind of, like I said, bigger struggle for a lot of that is, well, you'd have to go and see how the games kind of go and flow. So, I don't know. I think it's okay. I don't want to say it's okay. I understand that the PS Plus will have issues. I just hope they fix it, and hopefully, as we kind of go through these games, I'm sure there's going to be a few more that are going to have issues. You have hundreds of old school games, or as time goes on, or maybe even PlayStation updates. I just hope that if there is any big issues, that Sony themselves will fix them very quickly and very efficiently. We don't have to, worry about it. Especially if you're paying $18 a month, you don't want to be spending that much money, and then you have to go and deal with all this dumb stuff in the background. So kind of give me your thoughts and comments on this yourselves. And as well, if any of you guys are brand new, make sure you guys are subscribed with the notifications on as well for the brand new PlayStation 5 giveaway. Amazon links down below for the PS5 Digital Console Controller, Twitter and Twitch room down below, the Weeble and Coinbase down below, and the Target links down below, Amazon links, and I appreciate you guys all so much for watching in the first place.